Hey, man.
George and Joel, it's good to see you, gentlemen. How are you doing?
You're really good, man.
Very good, thank you.
So I want to tell you, this is one of the best sports movies I have seen in a really long time. And this is why, is because it's a tough world out there right now. And no matter how downtrodden we are or divisive the world is, this movie goes to show that we can always, come together and achieve what a lot of people think is impossible. And so, George, with you, when was the decision made for you to go, hey, you know what? I'm not just going to produce this film. I'm actually going to step behind the camera and direct as well.
Well, it was one of those things where it was going to get made if I directed it. And it's one of those, so I had a deal over at MGM, and so it wasn't like it was just going to happen. I had to sort of step behind the wheel, and I was concerned because there were a lot of elements. Water is always tricky. I am a giant fan of sports films. And I didn't do a particularly perfect job in the first one I tried. And so I really wanted to get another swing at it. And I thought this is a beautiful book. I mean, I don't know if you ever had a chance to read the book, but it's a spectacular book. And so I felt this horrible pressure of like not doing something, not messing it up. That's all.
When you film on water, I think you have to forget, I think 20 years may have to go by before you forget how bad it was before you do it again.
Yeah.
Right?
I'm learning my lesson.
8-man crew is the most difficult team sport in the world. The average human body is just not meant for such things. Most of you will not be chosen.
Beautiful speech, Coach.
Joel, with you playing Coach Ulbrichtson, there's not a lot that I have found outside of this movie about the guy. He seemed to be pretty quiet, reserved to himself. He didn't say much, and he revealed even less. What was the challenge for you to keep that gravitas of him on screen?
Well, there's certain freedom in not being able to find out a ton of information about a person. In fact, a lot of times I ever did searches on him, it led me to his son, who became an Olympic rower as well. But, just these sort of clear, simple briefs of stoicism, for example, certain aspects of his personality that were there on show. And I really think that leaning into the archetype of the coach that doesn't give away much, that isn't sort of a hearth of warmth, a comforting sort of warm, fuzzy guy, but that deep down, like a lot of dads, is just waiting to give you a cuddle and tell you how much he loves you, but he doesn't give it away easily. And I love that as a sort of a challenge. We sort of, find it hard to read him as a person, and that he sees these boys as numbers and parts of a machine until he starts to see them as humans,
How did you get Callum and all the boys ready to row? I mean, was there a boot camp? I've heard rumors about them racing some 7-year-old guys and ended up losing during prep for the film.
So we trained them all together for 5 months, and none of them rowed before. So for 2 months, it's just intensive training. And then while we were shooting, the entire time we were shooting, we trained them. And we saved all of the major rowing until the last month. And so they were ready by then. They were terrible when it started. I have to tell you, it was a sheer panic. But by the end, they got it, and they really did a beautiful job. I mean, if you see it, you could see that it's them rowing, and you could see they're doing a pretty remarkable job.
Yeah, and I love how you filmed it in order as well. So it's not like they're having to fake being sloppy, while rowing. It's actually them being sloppy and learning how to row.
Trust me, they were sloppy.
I love it, guys. Congratulations so much.
Brother.
You did a fantastic job. Like I said, one of my favorite sports movies in a long time.
Thank
so you did a great job.
Thanks, brother.
Thanks, John.
For all the people who never believed in you, as one.